Hi friends, this is Yamini and I welcome you to my channel The Saffron Box. Today in this video I shall be talking about Rahu in the 7th house and Ketu in the 1st house. So we are doing the Rahu and Ketu series and we are understanding the role of Rahu and Ketu in the various houses. Now we already know that the nodes, that is Rahu and Ketu, are always 180 degrees apart from each other. So if Rahu is in the 7th, you count 7 houses and Ketu will be in the 1st. If Rahu is in the 4th, Ketu will be in the 10th, and so on and so forth. But before I go ahead explaining the effect of this placement, I will just quickly remind you to subscribe to my channel by pressing the subscribe button which comes right under your screen on the right hand side. And in case you like the content, do not forget to share it with your family and friends as well. So Rahu in the 7th house is a good placement. First of all, if Rahu is not afflicted, if the 7th house is not afflicted, it's a good placement to have, because Rahu, wherever it sits, it emphasizes it plays up those significations. So Rahu gives a boost to all the significations in the 7th house. So 7th house is all about your marriage, it's about your spouse, it's about your partnerships, your life partner, your business partner, your legal contracts. 7th house is the time when a person comes into touch with the outer world. Okay, so till then you are finishing up your education, you're dealing with other issues in life, you're dealing with yourself, developing yourself. But 7th house is the time when a person gets married, gets into legal contracts. Marriage is also a legal contract, it's a legal binding, it's a social binding. One gets into business, so again contracts are involved. So this is the time when one gets involved with other people, right? So the ascendant is the first house, that is yourself, and 7th house directly opposite to the first is other people. So when I talk about other people, it talks about contracts, it talks about your partnerships, it also talks about your image, one's image in the public. So how are other people perceiving you, right? So all these things start playing up when the 7th house time comes, when Rahu or the appropriate dasha comes. So 7th house, again, when Rahu is placed over here, it plays up all these significations. So when I talk about playing all these significations up, one tends to get married and thereafter the fortune rises. So your Bhagyodaya happens after marriage, right? And if Rahu is well placed, it is good. The time period after marriage tends to be good. But if Rahu is afflicted, the same thing, the reversal of that thing can happen. There could be misunderstandings in the marriage. There could be some information which the spouse has hidden from the native. There could be issues in the marriage. There could be, if the 7th lord is also not well placed, if the house is totally afflicted, there could be breaks, there could be breakups in the marriage, right? So there could be other issues if Rahu is operating on a lower plane. But if Rahu is operating on a higher plane and unafflicted, it's a very, very good placement, as I said. One also tends to get a boost when it comes to their public image. So popularity comes to someone very easily. Your social image gets boosted. People know you in the social circles very well. Also, Rahu in the 7th house tends to make one have some enterprise or business of their own. So such people believe in the philosophy that it's better to be a bigger fish in a small pond than to be a small fish in a big ocean, right? So they tend to have their own business, they tend to have their own enterprise, whatever be the scale, however small or big it may be, rather than serving someone else, rather than going on and working, get employed at some other place. So that is again a very major observation which one tends to see when Rahu is in the 7th house. Now on the other hand, when Ketu is in the 1st house, the first significations or the first impact which one can have in their life is that the person is at some point or the other always, it gets inclined towards spiritualism, gets inclined towards spirituality. So there is, while the person understands and deals with the outer world, there's also a very good chance for that person to develop themselves spiritually, right? So a lot of spiritual transformation takes place in such people, and more so after the age of 40, mid 40s, when the Ketu time period is activated, or in case if the Ketu Mahadasha also starts running at this point in time, it's very good for that native. It gives a sense of they tend to look inwards, they tend to introspect more, try to understand the mystic world, right? So these things also play up very majorly in a person's life. Also, Ketu in the first house, in certain cases, if Ketu is afflicted over there, could give a inferiority complex with regard to their appearance or with regard to their personality. That again depends totally on the placement of the ascendant lord. So if the ascendant lord is strong and well placed, in that case such things may not happen. But if the ascendant lord is not well placed, if sun is not very well placed in the chart, then in that case usually such natives tend to have some sort of a complex, or there could be some sort of an inferiority complex with regard to their appearance, with regard to their personality, or their life as such. There could be some problem, right? So otherwise it's a good placement, provided there's not much affliction in this axis, right? And more so in the coming videos, the next video we shall understand the placement of Rahu in the 8th house and Ketu in the 2nd house. Again, a very good placement which makes one understand how their finances and their partner's finances play out, right? So till then, keep watching the videos and do not forget to subscribe to the channel and share the videos with your friends and family. Till then, see ya, bye bye.